Alright guys, well, we are prepping for an irrigation system, so don't leave. We're just digging a hole with the excavator and we're tapping a water line. This is a new builder. Haven't got him trained yet to do a tap on the main water line when they put the water line in. It's a lot better process doing that. You get all the settlement out of it. By the time that we're here to do irrigation, it's already settled and been graded. Hopefully he'll get it on the next one. But anyways, we've got to dig this side of the water main, or the water meter. Water line comes straight out to the house, and we're gonna pull 2x4s out of the way and all that. And then I've got a piece of 3/4 CTS. Yes, I know there's gonna be dispute. So you can bury a shark bite underground if you wrap it. A shark bite is at least half the money of a pack joint, especially nowadays. And Corey's been doing it for 10 years or better with shark bites, and he's never been called back on a failure. He's never gone back and fixed one with an issue. So I follow his lead. I used to always do pack joints, and every dollar counts, so now I do shark bites. Be it right or be it wrong, that's what I do. But I do wrap it. He didn't know you had to wrap it. I found out when I was asking, hey, you know, can you bury these? They are burial grade if you wrap them. Shark bite says it, so I wrap them. Anyways, let's get you guys set up. Let's do some tripod action here, and you guys can hang out there and hang on. Let's do this. Trying to get you stable. All right, hang out. It's already humid. Welcome to Kansas. All right, show you guys here. So there's your gas tape. So gas line should be, you know, within a foot either side of that tape right below it. Well, you can't see it, but that lowest spot, I'm actually on a little bit of gravel. So that's probably our water line. Gas line won't be in gravel. All right, well, I got the gas line exposed. I'm probably going to need more than that because I've got to be able to flex that line bout and get my connection in between it. That's why it's easier to do it before you, or while you're putting the water line in instead of after the fact. And the bad thing is doing it like this, we don't want to open up a very big hole, because if you do, that's just that much more to settle. So I'm gonna hand dig over here in the corner and try to get that exposed to where I can pull it up. I'll just dig out my corner by hand and throw it up, because I don't want it to cave off on that because it's embedded in a bunch of rock. That's always fun to get out. So I'm gonna sit here and sweat. It's 7:30 and I'm sweating bad. It's real humid. Anyway, so let me get this let me get it dug up and we'll be back. Alright, as you can tell, it's pretty tight in here, so I'm not gonna be able to have the camera in here while I'm doing this, because I've got to kind of bend over and hit my head down almost in between my legs. Super fun. But I tend to try to get as much dirt off of where I'm going to connect as possible. Something like this. So I'm going to cut my connection here so I've got as much flex as I can on one side. So I'll make my cut here, shove my shark bite on, and then that way I can, or I might make it, I don't know, I'll probably make it about here. So I've got a little bit of flex there, but then I've got a lot of flex underneath my feet. And then when you cut it, you want to make sure, hang on. When you cut it, you want to make sure, if you look in there, your stops are like about where that T comes into it. You can see, I can't pull it out one-handed, but where that part stops in there, see that? I'm sure you can see it. It stops about where the T is. So usually I'll cut one, I'll cut a side, I'll shove this on, and then I line this up and I just cut it right here at the next T. It doesn't matter if you've got a little more bow in that pipe. It's not going to hurt anything. You don't want to be too short is what I'm saying. You want to be a little longer than shorter. And then this is the tape that I use. Shark Bite actually has a tape. I don't like it as well as that stuff. That stuff is extremely sticky and it's 10 mil. The Shark Bite tape, it's questionable. You can see my gloves are cheap, but it keeps your hands fairly clean. This is going to get wet and muddy real quick. So let me get the connection done and we'll be back. All right, guys, well, I got my tap done. I've got the water meter turned back on, so it's pressurized. I'm sitting here waiting for leaks. I don't have any leaks. It's been about 5 minutes. If it's gonna leak, it's gonna leak then. I moved it back and forth, no leaks. We have had shark bites leak before. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna run this tap up this wall, just for the plain fact that I do like digging them when they're on the side of my trench if I can. This just lucked out. It was going diagonal. It looked like it was going straight, so I was trying to hit it fairly close. But when you backfill this, I leave it pressurized. I still need to tape it, but I leave it pressurized, and in that way, if it does leak, you may see water. The nice thing is backfilling it with this line up against here, you're not going to be pushing on that connection. It's going to come straight up. You can just put dirt on the side. You can actually tamp it in, work your way up and kind of tamp that in and try to keep some settlement from going on. But that way, when we go to dig our connection to put our backflow in, I can either dig it there, or I'm probably going to dig it here because our main line will more than likely run through this side of the yard. It seems like my irrigation videos aren't very great. They're not very popular on my channel. If you guys do want to see how I do irrigation, let me know. I don't do tons of it. I learned everything that I know about it from Corey. I used to do a lot of big commercial repair and commercial install. These little yards don't do it for me. I mean, they do now because I don't have help. It's me, myself, and I. Sometimes Sammy. I'm sure you guys haven't seen her in a while. She actually started her own cleaning company. She's getting that off the ground, and she's got another full-time job as a manager at a place, so good for her. That just means I don't have a lot of help. I can get her like 1, maybe 2 days a week, maybe. We're gonna do some landscaping here. Apparently when it rained, it washed all my paint away, but we're gonna do some landscaping up here. I also need to, on the trailer, I got a piece of pipe and a sleeve, or I mean a piece of pipe and my sleever. I need to come up here and dig a hole. Usually I try to do it by the joints, and our landscaping is gonna come out, I don't know, somewhere around here, so that'll be in the landscaping. I'll show you guys how we sleeve sidewalks. We'll do that next. That's not a hard process. You can make that tool, but that tool is pretty cheap to buy. So let me get this backfilled and get this done, and then we'll show you guys how to sleeve a sidewalk very simply with an excavator. If you don't have an excavator, you can use a sledgehammer. It works really good. I used to use a sledgehammer, and then one day Corey was like, hey, let's push that thing in with the excavator. Amazing. Anyways, so let me get that set up, and we'll show you that. All right. Now what we do here, this has to reach at least most of the way across. Cut you a piece of pipe to go up to there and to get across your sidewalk. Then what you do, this one's a little easier because it slopes downhill. I need to take enough dirt out that this will go all the way over there and start under the sidewalk. You need to pothole this side just so you can, you know, when you push it through, you have your pipe exposed. So I'm just going to reach here with my bucket and kind of push some material back, and then we'll put our pipe on our, this is called a sidewalk sleever. You're supposed to use Schedule 40. They recommend Schedule 40. This is Class 200. It works. We use it all the time. The only reason we do it is we only use Schedule 40 on our RPZ stuff. I use it on my valve connections. Corey doesn't. Corey just uses Class 200 on everything. He uses Schedule 40 on the RPZ stuff for your stand and all that, but this one's a double check, so we don't need it. But I generally bring like 5 to 10 foot of Schedule 40 so I can do my my valves with it. But anyways, this works with Class 200. If you start hitting a lot of rock and stuff like that, it will booger up the end, but it'll go underneath it. We haven't been able to use poly with it. Doesn't like it. But hang out and watch what we do. Sidewalk sleever, the tool. I usually try to punch it like that, kind of get it started where I want it, and try to get a dirt clod. If you don't have somebody with you, you try to make it level-ish. You want it straight-ish. See if I can move you guys over here. Maybe you can watch all the action. maybe. Take my bucket off. I couldn't see what I was doing with my bucket. Just came it off because it's right over here. Didn't grab a shovel. Right there. See it poking out? Give me a second. There you go. There's your sleeve. Now you've got a sleeve through there. Let me grab a, oh, throwing you guys down in the dirt. Get you guys your shelf back maybe. I don't know if you're getting your shelf back. No, it doesn't want to sit there. Of course not. All right, let me get a shovel and I'll show you pushing it back. Okay, so you can probably see your sleever here, right? There you go. Push my sleeve back in a little bit, but you can come over here and you just pull it right out. You can hit that side with a hammer. You can do whatever you need to do. And there's your sleeve to the other side. Nice and simple. It's easier to do if you're pulling it from the other side of the sidewalk with an excavator, but it pushes or it knocks in real easy with a sledgehammer. I used to do it like that all the time. But I figure I own this thing. It's a nowadays it's probably a $65,000 sledgehammer, so I might as well use it. See you guys, thanks.